All right, good people. Good morning. Good afternoon. Listen, guys. Just a little bit of appreciation for you allowing me to express, the things that I was going through um, in my recent divorce. Um, when you come here and if you get involved, you got to remember you're 8,000 miles away from your family in the USA. You're far, and those of us who have maybe difficult um, sharing and um, looking for others to give you some type of comfort or talk talk to about anything that's troubling you. There's a lot of us who keep things to themselves, and if you're like 8,000 miles away and you have a personal conflict, something that's going on within yourself, you're going to need to find a way to resolve that matter, you see. And in my case, you know, I I contemplated using this medium to just talk about my issue, and just talking about your issue can help you uh, bring about a resolution within yourself regarding your issues. So remember, when you get here, I'm not telling everybody when you get here become a vlogger. No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that if you do have uh, a situation whereby which you need to air, to vent, or whatever, you need to put that method in your planning when you come here into the Philippines, so that if something happens, you can initiate it. You can use that method, and you won't get stuck. Okay. Now, there's no way on God's great earth that you could possibly know all the clans in the Philippines, all the traditions in the Philippines. And first of all, if you don't know that there's a difference, okay, or that there are customs, you won't know that there's a problem when the problem exists. When the problem comes up, you won't know that there's a problem. So somehow uh, you should try to talk about customs and traditions, etc., etc., and then maybe with this you can uh, expose any type of uh, situation whereby which it doesn't fit into what you consider to be a normal uh, way of doing things. Because uh, recently I was baffled, I was dumbfounded by um, the way my wife's family calculated, and the way that they figured things to be, or how they uh, how they truly lived, like the way that they thought, how they their thought process and so forth. I was baffled by that. I I couldn't figure it out. I was like, this is not making any sense. This is, it's like, it was very disturbing. But there are all kind of people on the face of the earth, and here in the Philippines, it's no different. There's all kind of people here in the Philippines. There's all kind of traditions, tribes, etc. And you can't find out unless you just get right into it and you get caught up in it. Then you'll know. Because this girl, or no one in her family, ever, ever had any kind of mentioning of this tradition they have. Like in Islam, a wife is ordered to obey her husband. When her husband say do something, she's supposed to do it. However, my wife's tried when um, they're sick or the baby's sick, someone's sick, they have a custom of being together. So when my baby was sick and I said, hey, listen, uh, stay home and you go to your father's house after the baby gets well. Well, that caused a problem. And she's on the phone with her sister, and sister saying, well, let her come in. I said, well, listen, I'm saying that, yeah, she can come, but after the baby get well. Well, you need to let her come now. And I said, okay, well, listen, if you leave, if you go, you listen to her, you go, don't come back. I said, I'm telling you, stay here, stay on. Well, they think is we should be together. We have to be together, and we go take care of whoever's sick. So for 20 some years, that's the way she lived. So she couldn't just make an abrupt change. It was against everything she knew. So that's my experience. Um, and in the process, I learned. So let me tell you guys a little something about the Philippines. Philippines has two sets of laws. One is the Sharia law, one is the Philippine government law. The Sharia law is Islam. And in any court in the Philippines, a Sharia judge can operate court in the Philippines. So any municipality that has a courthouse, it can be scheduled to be used by a Sharia judge, and the Sharia law can be practiced, and a resolution can be brought about between two Muslims. So in my case, uh, I I divorced by talaq, meaning I didn't need to give no explanation. I didn't need to give no reason. I don't have to pay no child support. I don't have to pay no support for the girl. I'm finished. I'm out. I'm through. Right? So if you divorce your wife by talaq, it's just a done deal. She's looked down upon because it's disgraceful to be divorced by talaq. Um, so I divorced by talaq because the mediator, the Filipino attorney, was being what I call Filipino protective. And remember, I told you everything in the Philippines is um, has a Filipino spin to it. So um, it's their spin. So the same thing he he was spinning things in the favor of the Filipino, my wife, and I got I got frustrated with that. So I says, um, "Sir, maybe you misunderstand me. Um, I'm not asking for a divorce. I'm issuing a talaq." So he was pissed. Needless to say, he was pissed, right? Because that cut him off. All his antics was over with. You see, I said, maybe you didn't understand my English. You didn't understand what I'm saying. I said, but I issued one talaq. So you can issue up to three talaqs. Three talaqs, you can't marry her no more. You know, you and her are finished for life. One talaq, two talaqs. You know, you can still marry, you can still be back with her. But however, if once you issue the talaq, there's 3 months waiting period. And any time within that 3 months, you guys can nullify the talaq. That means there's no divorce. So, uh, in our case, uh, through conversations and me being educated, uh, me getting an understanding about things, and her getting an understanding about my approach. Remember, I told you it can be very frustrating because everything is according to what? A Filipino, right? Everything there's no leaning. There's no like, okay, well, uh, everybody don't do this like we do it. There's none of that. There's none of that. There's no exceptions. You know, some people were saying, well, if you go to USA, there's no exceptions. Well, that's a lie. I went to Detroit. All the street signs is in Urdu, Arabic, uh, and English, and something else. So, yeah, there's exceptions. They make exceptions. You see, they make exceptions. If you can't speak English, what do? You get in this line. If you're in the USA and you're Latino, you get in this line. Cause why? Somebody gonna speak to you in your language or whatever your dialect is of Spanish. There's exceptions. There's a lot of exceptions made in the USA for foreigners. Why? Because there's a lot of foreigners in the USA, and in order to do business smoothly, they need to make compensations for what? Other people. Philippines don't make no compensations. They don't make none. Now, me, I never had a problem with that. But I can tell you that you can become frustrated. See, my house that I live in here in 39, there was like nobody around here. There was no one around here. Uh, my first wife, I live in what's called 39 Malagate Compound. So this whole barangay is owned by her family. And so it was just, it started out just her family members spread it over all this land. Not too many people. So when I came here back in 2006, it wasn't a lot of people here. They were spread out. But now, man, I got a new house behind me. I got a new house on the side of me. I got a new house across in front of me. You know, so um, the area that, like, there's a new house across in front of me. Now the area next to that, all the way to the mosque, is designated as public area. So they can't build no houses there. But on let's say from my front door on down, that whole side of the road now is full of houses. So previous years, I've been accustomed to absolute silence. I didn't get chickens until 2023 when I got chickens. And prior to that, it was absolute silence around here. But when I complain about crying babies, man, you would not understand unless you was here. You would not understand. If you look, you'll see a lot of bloggers have commented that in the Philippines they don't discipline their children. You'll see a lot of bloggers say that. And I'm gonna tell you one of the main reasons why they say that is because their kids cry unnecessarily, scream and holler like you would not believe. It's just totally a new experience. See, I don't know about you, but I remember when I was a kid, I can remember hearing my daddy say, "Boy, if you don't shut your mouth, I'm gonna give you a reason to be crying." That means he's about to beat your ass for real. And whatever your problem was, that ass whooping was gonna be more severe than whatever you crying about right now. So you better shut your mouth, and you better shut your mouth right now. You understand me? But here, no, it's baby cry till you stop crying. If it's 4 o'clock in the morning, don't nobody care. Baby, stop crying when you stop crying. If it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon and you taking that afternoon nap because it's hot in the morning outside, baby, cry till you stop crying. They ain't gonna never tell that little boy to shut the fuck up. No, it ain't gonna happen, baby. So if you move here, the first thing you need to do is see if you got neighbors, and then if you got neighbors, you need to look at them and see how many of them is little boys, because the little girls don't cry. That I'm telling you, I ain't seen it yet. Little girls don't cry. It's the little boys. They just cry, 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 cry. Okay? Now, um, my aircon now is in my bedroom is it's a few years old, and it's not like a very quiet. It makes a little noise, but it cools things off, right? But it makes a little noise. And at first, I was gonna replace it until I unplugged the aircon and I heard all that crying. I plugged the aircon back up because with the aircon going, you can't hear it. So anyhow, uh, that's just a fact of life, Jack. You know, and it was something that you know crept up on me. You see what I'm saying? And in 2023, it was like, cause see, a, a lot of these kids here that I'm talking about, they came during the pandemic. Like when I left here in 2018, they weren't here, you know, and like across over here, across in front of me, uh, those kids came here. Like I said, they built that house during the pandemic when I was back in the U.S. So I didn't know nothing about them. But anyhow, good people, um, let's get back to this situation. So the old girl and my Jamila is at home. Um, I came here to 39 this morning. I, I left them at home getting their breakfast and so forth. So I'll go back over there shortly. But yeah, they're at home, and I'm uh, I'm gonna do one more thing. Then I'm gonna get y'all out my personal business. I'm gonna uh, I'm gonna let y'all see my little Jamila and why she had the old man all uptight. Now I'm gonna tell you the truth. My girls, I'll kill a rock for my girls. I've always been like that. My granddaddy was like that. My granddaddy killed a rock about my mama. So uh, it's just the way I am. Just I guess you know it's in my DNA. I have I had this thing about my girls, and I'm sure most fathers probably do have a special feeling for their girls, a special protective feeling for their girls. But anyhow, lesson learned for the big man. Uh, things has been resolved in my situation, and I'm good now. As far as my what should I say, my haters, uh, my my viewers, I'm getting y'all out of my business. We ain't gonna do this no more. Why? Because man, y'all some hateful Negroes. Y'all are hateful, man. You know, I hate to say it, but y'all really are, man. The black men is like they terrible, man. They terrible. I'm really ashamed that that's man. Some of those comments was like gross, man. They were really gross. And anyhow, y'all people need to get yourself together. So, what I'm gonna tell y'all is this: when you help other people from the bottom of your heart, you're truly helping yourself. God bless. Take care.